one on.
Okay. All right. So,
He's gonna type it.
William, as you drifted off to sleep, you hear a voice again. William. Hey, William. Wake up. You open your eyes. You see a clean shaven face. Nicely combed back hair. Wearing this black leatherish armor. Couple indents. A gun in his holster. And a rifle in his back. William. Time to get up,
Ah,
buddy.
sorry. Slept at fucking desk. What's going on?
It's no problem. Come on. He grabs your arm and he pulls you up. Ugh. I got a message from Robert. Said wanted us to pull out from here. Move to the ridge.
Ah,
Couple of undead coming out again.
alright. It seems simple enough. Uh, where's the
Just for
rest of the squad?
context, you know who Robert is, right? No.
No.
No. Robert is the chapter master or leader of the wardens. They are the entire group you guys are in. This
Okay.
is before the split.
Okay.
Your group that you are master in, but you also answer to Robert. But
Okay.
uh, is the Ravens. You guys are basically the stealth group
Yep.
of the entire band. Yeah. It's fucking bullshit again.
It's just another milk run. I mean, it's easy enough, as I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be all that complicated.
That's true. When has everything been complicated for any of us?
We're only supposed to look at things, not really fight. Although, if we do, we're never going to be in danger anyway.
Hey, look at me. He puts his arm up. Still got so many kills.
Oh god, that's gotta be above at least 100 now, I think.
Above 100 in this job. Maybe a bit more. He sits back down. The undead should be coming out from there. He points towards this ridge. You see as the ridge is filled with this blackened smoke. Darker exterior. I planted a couple of explosives down there. See as he puts a cigarette in his mouth. They should be coming soon.
Alright. Well, do we still have to go out then, or just... I mean, if we can close off the entrance or wherever the hell they're coming from, that'd be
I think it's good enough to stay down here. It's gonna be a bunch of magic users again, gonna jam up our pistols.
fair. Alright. Let's, well, at the very least, I'll probably get Celine to do after a damage report on it, at least, so...
Yeah. Celine and the others are over there. That ridge, he points towards a specific place up into what seems to be an old abandoned town, nearing a cliffside, a bit lower to where you guys are, but just with a quick eye, from what you know, you see that there's just a bunch of individuals there, like setting up.
Alright.
Well, You ever dream for more?
Uh, more in what way?
More in this life. I mean, we've lived relatively long lives. You're going 60, I'm 50. Still don't look half as bad.
Um, yeah, you'd be right. I'm kind of surprised. I thought I'd get more wrinkles at this age. I still look as if I'm, give or take, 30.
Don't you think it'd be easier if we just didn't try to save the world? Looks towards you.
Looks back at him like, inquisitively, like, didn't save the world. I mean, then would we be doing instead?
A lot more things. Living life, getting money, maybe doing it for a better cause, not just this. I've seen too many of our comrades die. Too many of our comrades in the Wardens die. Too many of our comrades here in the Ravens die. And the other wings. I don't know. There should be something more that we can do than just this life. I hate coming back and not getting anything. It's like we work for them fucking dogs, you know? Those New City folk.
Oh, I see. No, I get that, but it's... God, we're... What is essentially to them, and... God, if we were in some kind of great war, we'd just be infantry. At most, maybe... Well, I mean, I suppose in my position, if I got any higher, we can change a few things. Or, God forbid, we gotta get into politics. Fuck that.
That would be great. But I guess I just want to think about everything forward. Maybe after this, maybe we could start our own band. Do a bunch of mercenary missions, you know? Leave this joint.
That doesn't sound too bad. I mean, I've got nowhere else to be, at least for the rest of my life, considering as long as I live until my expected age.
I'm damn well sure that we'll live throughout these years. I look at this. I mean, we're already older than we expect and still pretty strong. You see as he goes around. I think we're special.
Maybe you're right. All things considered, I'm not opposed to the idea of doing something after this. Maybe once this entire conflict's over. I mean, God, I'm pretty sure we're cleaning a lot of them up at this point.
That's true. We haven't been able to. Well, they haven't been able to break out of this area right here. And he points towards these areas. Been sabotaging them. I don't even know who we're fighting. Some dark figure. It's always something like that.
Bottom line is, I'm pretty sure, at least because they're all undead, all we have to do is cut off the head of the snake and the rest of them fall. I'm almost sure eventually we'll get that task, so...
Yeah. You heard about the kid Robert got? The
some kind
red
of
one.
tiefling.
Yeah.
Not all that much, except that he's different, and apparently I hear rumors of him being hornless, though that's about it, really.
They're saying he shows much promise, but at the same time, Robert cares too much for the boy.
God, he's supposed to be some kind of war leader, not a father.
Exactly. I don't want to be a father in this world. Killed too many people. You killed too many people. I don't think we can ever become fathers.
I wouldn't know how to raise one if I tried. Although, well, can't really say unless if I did it, I suppose.
Oh, you see as he looks towards her. Here, look, right there. You see as there's slow walking undead climbing out towards this giant canyon pass. He takes out his rifle. A fuse I put right there on that side. Pulls
Don't
it
miss.
back. I don't. You see the bullet as it goes past into the air, hits it. You see as the front of the valley starts an avalanche, and those bottom parts that was laced with gunpowder starts to burn. The undead start to burn with it as he goes, another mighty fine shot made by me.
Well, just another day. We're gonna be stuck here for a while.
Yep. Gonna be another one. Gonna look for another ridge, and then we're gonna have to cover it up. As you look at the fire, though, you focus on it. Becomes louder, bigger. It roars. It flickers. You feel it as it crawls up your skin. And as you look back, you see him in front of you again, a bit older now. You on the floor, breathing heavily, beaten. You see him as there's no smile in his face, as he covers you in pitch. No hard feelings, pal. It's bound to happen sometime.
You got too ambitious. You'll get what's coming. All for a prisoner.
You were too soft-hearted. Too nice. You tried to do what was right, and then it killed people. We could have broken apart from Robert. After I kill you, Robert's next. And his little bastard.
I'd like to see you try. You'll have to get through everyone else.
It's gonna be easy. As he pushes his cigar towards you, lights you on fire. Go to hell, William. And he kicks you down. You feel it all again, crawling up your skin as you fall down. Each step, each tumble. You feel it. And then you wake back up. A cold sweat. And you're in the airship.
Pretty sure the last moments of that dream would be the hitting of the ground, so it'd be...
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, what the fuck? He like, looks at his arms, is just like, okay, fuck.
I don't know if any of you wake up from that though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of you will wake up, or like two of you. I don't know if I don't know. Do you want it to be Steven? Do you want it to be the one that wakes up? Steven?
D100, all of
Aren't
us.
we in different? Aren't we in different fucking rooms?
No,
No, we're
you
in the
guys
same
don't
room.
have. You guys are in the same room on the ship.
Ah, okay.
You
Okay.
guys
So
share.
it's only-
D100 with everyone.
what?
And then
Wait, wait,
Steven
no,
gets
no,
a
Um,
bad roll.
No, no,
Looking
Stanford
at
would be sleeping
placement.
at the very
Looking at
far of
placement.
the place.
Let's do
Mm.
this. Do a D20 and flat D20. Go for 15. Stanford and Steven.
What about
I
Laura?
think everybody can do that. Yeah, sure. Unless Laura doesn't. If
Okay.
you get like above 15, then you'll wake up.
Then
from
you
it.
wake up?
Yeah.
Or you... Okay.
What if you don't wake up? What
Yeah.
if you
If
sleep
nobody
forever?
wakes up,
What
that'll
if
be
you're in a
really
coma?
funny.
I got a 2. Wow.
Yeah, no. Steven's
Okay,
a heavy
I
Steven
got an
is,
8.
is
I got a
a heavy
12.
sleeper.
Stanford slightly moves.
Just turns around.
Flat wakes up, eats William.
The kid got 5.
Damn, everybody's sleeping. Holy shit.
Laura?
Alora,
Damn, dude.
roll a d20.
I think she got
But
8.
I got 8.
Oh, you got 8.
Oh.
Wow, no
Yeah,
one knows.
None
Everybody's
of you
damn
wake up.
asleep.
wait,
Fuck
what
them
time?
up.
What time is it when he woke up? Is it still
My
nighttime?
time of need, and no one's here, not even my own
It's
son.
definitely nighttime.
Oh, okay, yeah, because Stanford would have just woken up early in the morning, like sunrise, so he wouldn't be awake at this time.
Yeah, no, all right then. In this specific place right now, as you wake up, William, it's just quiet. You just hear the snores of your comrades. Your son over there in the other bed. Alora on the other bunk, the very side, and at the other side, Stanford, with the kid somewhat near Stephen.
I see. You feel something crawl up your leg.
You see a little cockroach as it. No, I'm kidding.
So you're the cause of my nightmares.
No. Okay, he breathes a sigh of relief. At least nobody got waken up from that. He sits up from his bed for a bit and then sits down, looks across the way at Steven, and contemplates a little bit. He gets up and then walks over, shakes you awake, actually.
Oh, me.
Yep.
Okay. You see Steven jolt just a bit and looks left and right and sees you. Father? What's going on? Are we under attack?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. It's I gotta talk to you for a little bit.
Steven stares at you for a moment. Is something wrong?
More explanation. I suppose in our religion, maybe a little bit of a confession. You look at him, right, and
Yeah.
he probably hasn't gotten he probably doesn't have his armor on or anything. Maybe at most maybe some like bare.
No, you guys have undergarments.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
and
Okay, I'm
what do you
switching
call it
this
again?
good mic.
Most likely you're wearing what you wear to sleep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it'd basically be very just like just bandages and then just shirt or something, and then that's about it. Although if you look at his shirt, it's kind of wet, you know. He looks at you and then just says, "I think I owe you a little bit of an explanation, more about what I see doing after this, and I mean long term, not after even we save the brother from Damon, right? Yeah, Damon.
You see Steven like ponder just for a moment. You can clearly see that he's actually worried, and he nods. So he stands up
this is more of a serious conversation. So he's he grabs his little flask actually, and takes a swig. Thankfully, it's the empty one, so he probably. I'm just saying he probably just stole a little bit of alcohol.
No, that's all right.
Steven also grabs his own flask, seeing that this will be a long night. At least that's what he thinks.
And then he looks at him and just like gestures above him. It's like topside. We don't want to.
Is there a room like where we can look into like the horizon while the airship what do you call it again, moves? Somewhere where we can be in private.
I'm just saying, topside is probably gonna be empty. That's why.
That would most likely be the top side or the kitchen, but I don't think the kitchen would be private because
Yeah, we're going topside. Let's look at the clouds.
Barrett should be awake by this time.
I'm pretty sure he's just been driving the ship this entire time. So
Okay, I guess we head
we
towards
go to the bow,
topside.
basically. That's the area there.
Okay.
And then
As you guys are topside, the color of the sky at night is this nice pinkish color. The stars are so bright, they feel like they pierce the ship in your eyes. You see them all just twinkling about. On the horizon, you see a big tear. And very, very far away, mountain line, this giant mountain line, and lands that you have never explored, and that's where Avervash is.
walking up the steps towards the very front of the ship. He walks off to the side and then starts leaning over leaning over the railing, just looking out.
I follow suit and I lean beside him as well.
Takes a deep breath and starts. So, last fight was a little bit eye-opening. In fact, I didn't think I'd die that quickly, especially after what I've encountered, and I thought I'd have to tell you a few things, at least maybe give myself or maybe you a little bit of closure before I inevitably, well,
Before you say that sentence, Steven stops you. Father, is this because you know that you're gonna be close to death? Is this about the illness? Because we can find a way to cure you.
I think we can't give back lost time, Steven. I think that even if I did fix this thing on me, that I probably will still die fairly soon. In fact, I don't think I'll see thee live 60. 160.
I take a sip. So this is about your past, Father.
Well, more about yours, really. Do you remember anything from back then?
I look towards the horizon. I ponder for a bit. Just faint memories, visions, but I can't ever understand them.
Well, let's lift the fog, shall we? Some time ago, give or take 20 years by now, or actually, no, probably 15. I was, as you know, in the Ravens. pretty sure you picked that up a long time ago. During one mission, I eventually came across a woman on the ground, and she was, well, severely wounded, to say the least. At the time, I was a leader of a squad, and we were under orders to scout the area and finish off any survivors. It was a battlefield out there, to say the least. And when I found the woman, something clicked, I guess. I couldn't stand to see any more bodies join the already rotting corpses on the ground, and I thought, let them go, I guess.
Was she your enemy, Father?
Yes, but no. It's a bit complicated, but at one point, it's safe to say that we were all brothers and sisters in arms, at the very least. Sometime later, I was betrayed, and I find it unbelievable still, but it was all for some fucking prisoner that I let go, specifically the woman. We were supposed to kill her. But eventually, it still went through. I was stripped of rank and sentenced to, essentially just sentenced to death. The weirdest thing is that for some reason, both sides decided to come together to kill the people who were so merciful to each other. That when I was about to be executed, I saw the same woman. Practically, we were relatively close to each other.
Steven looks over William. Yeah, that's just it.
It's a bit gruesome, to say the least, but when I was executed, I was burnt, and I am what you see right now. I was kicked off a cliff along with the woman, and eventually, when we both plummeted to our certain deaths, I found myself broken and destroyed at the bottom of the cliff. Although, for some reason, I didn't die. I lived. I survived.
The woman.
She died. I never knew her name, except that we both cried either out of anger, fear, as we plummeted down to the bottom. Eventually, I started fading out, and eventually I thought I'd just pass right there. But no, I was mistaken, and I heard a voice. It told me, to say the least, that I still had a job to do, that I still had something to commit myself to. I suppose I look back on it and I guessed that I would just have some kind of greater purpose. And then eventually I quite literally brought myself from that deep pit and dragged myself out of it. Although before that, when I slowly got up after hearing at least what I assume is the voice of God, I looked over at the woman and I noticed the glow from her. Unfortunately, she wasn't revived either, but she was she had a few last words, I guess. And I don't know how, but she had enough strength to look up at me and reach towards me, and all I heard was my son. But then her hand was glowing, and it was quite bright until eventually she just died. It took me.
You can see Steven's facial expression changing just a bit. He's starting to glare,
It took me
starting
a
to
few
connect the dots, but
months.
still unsure.
It took me a few months trying to drag myself out of that canyon. It wasn't hard. It wasn't easy. Eventually, I made it my way back to Cana. I lived there for probably 2 years, recovering as our people accepted me and nursed me back to health. But then eventually I was strong enough to walk around and help out. I suppose internally I was trying to atone for something and say thanks, but I don't think I'll ever really be able to pay that, because all the people from then they probably are dead. But eventually I came across a bunch of children, and those without places to go. Something like Cain, if you will. And eventually I found you. When I came across you, as you may not remember, but your hand glowed as well once I came into contact with you. And as I looked at it, I was shocked, maybe a little bit horrified at the time, and surprised, maybe, as I realized that you had that same mark. Now, he looks at you, trying to
Steven
gauge your
stares to his
reaction.
left hand.
Okay. Now, at least if you can connect the dots, I think eventually I was some way, somehow fated to meet you again. And, well, when I noticed that, I decided to take you in, raise you as my own, as a fulfillment of the God that kept me alive. And I suppose eventually we come around to about today. After all that, I suppose. Although I never told you the reason why you and your family probably got killed for it. I never told you who quite frankly sentenced both myself and your mother to death. I keep having flashbacks, dreams every now and then. And this most recent one was quite enlightening, I guess, and it made me think about how I still have some unfinished business, and considering that my time is almost up, I think when we're done with this, I'm probably going to see it to its end, and tie up that loose end. Now, I don't really expect you to follow me on that little journey, but I suppose you can also kind of figure out who it is by now. But I'll give you the name to say the least. I don't know if you're one for vengeance, but I know your oath, and maybe some way, somehow you'll end up forgiving him. Maybe.
Him?
His name is Turgis Shane. We got a sighting of him on the newspaper. Basically just a clipping sometime back. I still have the photo, but it's not clear. He takes it out of his pocket and he shows it to you. In fact,
You could see Steven starting to have heavy breathing. He's trying to control his emotions, as you can see. But it's just suddenly all crashing down upon him.
if you look at the photo,
He looks left and right, quite confused as well.
if you look at the photo, it's while it's not a shot of his face, it's simply just I think it was a back shot, right? If I remember correctly. It was like somebody took a picture of them at the table sitting from behind. I'm pretty sure the person that I've narrowed it down to among these three, you can look at the photo and it's encircled really hard of who the target is. Last I know, he was sighted in another continent, and at the very least, I have my lead. And I don't think we're gonna see him for a while, so it's really something meant afterwards. But at the very least, I know where he is, and I'm going to take back what's mine. If you also look very closely at the photo, he probably encircled where the his old weapon is. That's probably how he identified it.
Steven, you feel shocked, betrayed, confused, everything.
Father, this is a lot to take in.
I
I
know.
have so many questions.
Then ask.
Was she my mother?
At the very least, all I can really say is maybe. More than likely, yes, but it's really just deduction. You had the same marking on your hand, and I suppose that you were related somehow, but my best guess is really yes, she probably was.
So you're saying she died a gruesome death, and I never knew her. What did she do to deserve such a death? And why must it be him? You've mentioned him before, but I didn't know we were connected like this. All this time I thought I was just some random kid in this tribe, abandoned by his parents.
You don't remember, do you? You were brought by somebody. I've lost track by now. I think it was a servant. I think,
Servant.
I really don't remember. It's quite a while now, but all I remember was eventually you were brought here and, or brought to Cana, actually, and all. And then it was that she dropped you off and just left, I think. Honestly,
Did I have anyone else? A father? A brother?
I never met them.
How many more of my family was killed?
I can't say. It's. I was on the opposing side of a civil war, and I don't know their fates. Only of one. And of yours.
So this man, he's been alive this entire time. And you somewhat knew that he is the reason why I have no family?
He. After saying that, William looks a little bit disheartened that you specifically mentioned having no family. Like that hurt him a little bit. And
You could see Steven like just, full of anger that he doesn't take notice.
I knew at the time that he was alive. Maybe, actually. I kept hearing snippets of somebody that I thought I recognized, and yet never got confirmation, at least until recently. But as pieces and more rumors kept coming together, I eventually narrowed it down to one person. He chuckles a little bit, and I think I know how to get in contact with him, although it's probably going to cost one big favor. If you remember,
Steven closes his eyes for a moment just to breathe in. He opens his eyes and attempts to listen to you again, knowing that you will continue the conversation.
if you remember, Lady Alice, before she sent us off, said something about having to hate to kill us if we ever betrayed her. At the very least, she said she'd have to send somebody who wouldn't have the same kind of attitude, I suppose. And she said she was it was from her time back when she used to work with it was the wardens, right? Or no, it was the
No. She said it was her daddy's contact.
okay, never mind. Yeah, all right. So, okay, so right, we'll correct that then. It was somebody she was affiliated to somehow. That was about it. And although a little bit of asking, a little bit of prying, she mentioned a few things that seemed like she knew Turgis Shane somehow, and
I'm pretty sure. This is just for generality.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure William would have seen clippings anyway, anything, and things about Turkish Shane not losing a gunfight, being able to get away, killing multiple people. You would have seen those things.
Yeah. And given what I've read about the man and how he's developed thus far, he kind of fits the bill and how he'd be the type to not give a shit about who he kills. And from what I remember, makes sense. You could hit a fuse from hundreds of meters away to set off a piece of dynamite. Nobody would know it. Not until they heard the first crack of the gun. He's dangerous. He looks at you, Steven, a little bit more seriously. And if he ever came for you, I don't think you'd even get close.
Steven grips his right hand. It shakes quite a lot. He takes a last deep breath. Okay. Thank you for telling me all of this. He stutters saying that word. Father. But I think I need some time to process things. Good night. He leaves.
As you're leaving, he calls out to you at least one more time, and then do you turn around?
I stop and I look back.
Small look back.
He looks at you, and then you can, if you probably, yeah, you can see his face. It's very lightly covered, obviously, as well. But he looks sad, and he says, you know, after all this time, after raising you as one of our own, as my own, I think I can say I'm proud of who you've become. And even with this, don't let it change you.
Steven's eyes widen just for a moment. He composes himself. Thank you, Father. He goes back. Confused, angry, but slightly relieved when he heard those words. Steven doesn't sleep the entire night.
William's probably gonna stay up there as waiting for the sun to rise. He's probably not gonna be able to get any more sleep from that.
Mm-hmm. As you stand there, William, you hear a voice enter your head. You would have expected it to be different from the other two that you just heard. Or you would have kind of expected it from the other two that you just heard last time. But you hear a woman's voice again. Different. You are headed the right way, my champions. I have watched you. And I've watched all of you. You have defended my name and my honor. And I thank you for that. Vanquish those heathens in Avavash. And that's all you hear.
As he looks off into the distance and probably sees the Avervash or an outline of it in the distance.
No, actually, you guys
No?
don't. You just
No.
see a giant, this very large mountain line, like ginormous mountain line.
Okay.
But beyond it is dark cloud and smoke.
He
You've been
observes-
here. It's the same place,
Oh, okay.
but you've never been inside of it.
Hmm. Time to dig up what we buried.
And as this all happens, it is now the morning. Everyone is back. What is the entire party doing this very, very fine morning?
I'll let the others do their thing first.
It's sunrise, right?
Yes, it is sunrise.
Okay. Stanford's gonna try to wake up really early before, as the sunrise set. Sunrise is in the yeah. He's gonna take his plant. He's gonna
Alright.
carry it on his shoulder. Everyone's still asleep, right?
Yes.
From waking up. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to sneak on top of the deck and try to give it a bit of sunlight. Well, I see William first.
William.
Yeah. You see William first as you're climbing up the stairs. You see as William's over there at the very very edge of the somewhere in the edge of the ship, but not at the very edge. As he's put his arms towards the railings and just looking out into the distance as the sun rises.
I immediately hide my plant under my shirt.
Okay.
Hey, William.
Oh, good morning.
It's rare to see you awake this early in the morning.
More so I woke up and couldn't sleep anymore.
Ah,
Early
A bad
riser
dream?
as usual.
yeah. It's good to have a bit of sunlight before starting an adventure.
Hmm. Yeah. Bad dream. Something like that.
You see as Barrett rises from the front part of the ship, at least the way to the deck and the cockpit, and he looks towards the both of you. Good morning, and you look like shit. I am now going to sleep. You see as he starts moving towards the very back.
Before he leaves, it's just like, who pilots the ship when you're gone? Is anybody
Kalen.
still there? I see. Alright. Well, you have a good rest then.
He closed the door.
Shouldn't you at least get a little bit of rest as well?
Sorry, say that
You
again.
said you couldn't sleep. Should you get at least a bit of rest as well before we start?
No, I've had plenty.
Oh, okay. That's good, I guess. So I'll just be at the different corner of the ship. If you're gonna go down, just give me a yell, okay? Bye.
If
Then I
you-
just walk off.
Okay, sure. He minds his own business again. I guess he's just going to do his, like, wrap himself up there, I suppose.
Yeah. As soon as I get far away from William, I'm going to let the plant out for a bit and give it a bit of sunlight. Try to hide it away from William's point of view.
Okay. Anybody else? What do you do this fine morning?
This would be George or Yana, I think.
So while Barrett came to regenerate and have a bit of like downtime, Kalen was on the front of is on the cockpit of the ship, and handling the navigational wheel and like looking over maps of the area, checking if they're on the right track, going to Evervash.
As you look towards the map, you are indeed on the right course. Through your studies, you've heard of Avervash, but I don't know if you would have believed them to just be ghost tales, stories told to people or children that misbehave. You genuinely don't know. But what you do know is it is a fount of powerful magical artifacts, so it prompts you to go anyway.
Okay. Wait. Uh, Maybe we'll see new artifact. It might lead to an advancement to my studies. At the same time, can't really
You
believe
worried
that like
to yourself again?
all of this.
You see as Ambrose enters inside them to check what's going on.
Oh, hey. Our girl, you almost scared me. Holy shit. Yeah, we're going apparently on like a wild goose chase of something that like been told by parents to their children that like this is where the bad kids go.
You have funny parents then. I look at the map. Do I have any do I know anything about Abervash or none as well?
Ugh. It was feared by the high court of demon princes.
Hmm. Maybe there are some bad kids out there. I remember stories, but I don't know. I never really believed them. Look at us now.
As you can see, Flower Girl, it's not about the stories, it's not about the ghosts or like the demons there. It's
I
all
look
about
at
the
him.
artifacts, the magic there, how it could lead to the advancement of like civilization as we know it,
You just want to You just want to check all the trinkets that are there anyway. You're gross.
Well, it's also a good time to recuperate our costs. Running an airship is not, cheap thing to do.
Uh huh.
We can sell this off, or like, we could give it to Lady Alice, she might know some contacts that, we can sell this off on a very premium price.
Maybe you can even find something for the doctor there, so she can let you have that medical thingy again.
Ah, Doc.
No, Doc, what a man. Anyway, I will be going out. Just came to check to make sure that we aren't lost or anything.
And Kaylin just like waves her off and like, go on, go on.
I'm gonna have a smoke. And what better place to smoke than upstairs at the top side? So Ambrose will be lighting his cigarette going up there. I don't know
You
where
go
the
at the
two
very
are.
top. Yeah, he
Uh-huh.
don't know. You're at the very front. It is there's a stairwell from the cockpit, particularly. Uh, as you go upwards the stairs, you light your cigarette, and the first thing that hits you, because it's early in the morning, is the wind. Quite chilly up here.
Mm-hmm.
Very chilly, actually. As you're like, it's somewhat like every time you try to blow your cigarette, the smoke doesn't go forward. So you just tend to just move forward so that the smoke goes forward rather than back into your face. And as you look at the very front, is William still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, William
this
is
point,
still
Is
there.
he doing anything?
You can see him like wrapping himself again, and it's essentially, bandaging up his wounds and stuff. At this
You
point,
alright there, Mr. Father? I say as I
Father.
see him.
I'm not a priest.
Well, you are a father of two, so I
pref-
say as I try to like take another whiff, and you can see me like annoyed that I can't seem to like inhale anything.
You should really turn around. Maybe the wind wouldn't get in your face. We are going forward.
I look at him and then like I slowly turn around and try. Does it work?
Because the ship's going that way, so I mean, it's not gonna blow in your
I'm gonna-
face.
I'm guessing that it works. Indeed, you're right. Isn't it quite early for you to be awake though? I was expecting that, since I look at you, all that. I say as like, I point to your whole body. I was expecting that you have more of a rest.
It's. Hang on, it's been like a day. Yeah, it's been 2 days. I'm fairly recovered at this point. I'm feeling okay. A little bit tired. I didn't get as much sleep as I'd like, but I'm just keep it on, I guess.
Saying that you're basically fine against necrotic damage is quite something.
I'm still rotting. I can feel my time slipping from me, but I mean.
Oh no, yeah. From parts of your body, from the left side of your arm, there is this powerful necrotic, hold on that arm. You feel as it's a lot weaker than before.
I mean, it's not as bad as it looks, I guess. I can still work at the very least. Anyway,
With the necrosis, you have to add herbs.
Yeah, it's just like shit from his thing.
It's basically leprosy.
Well,
Man,
I
that
don't know.
mask does compliment him.
well, you have what's his name? Stanford, right?
Yeah, he helped me out a few days ago.
I see.
As of right now, we've
kind of-
determined it to be a little bit beyond our current capabilities, so unfortunately, we'll have to wait a little bit longer.
Oh well, what do you expect against necrotic damage, But I mean, you'll never know. Maybe we will find something in Everlash for you.
Oh, I hope so. I'd rather get rid of this thing soon. Although, I have this hunch, and as he looks over to you can see him look over to the dark clouds ahead, and, I think we'll be seeing more of those things over there as we saw the things underground, so get ready, I guess.
I laugh. I mean, in this type of job, what else do you expect,
In this type of job, I mean, for you, I'd expect you to be harassing some small guy for his money. Though,
Not necessarily a small guy, but if it counts, I was harassing you. That sounds wrong. Never mind.
well, same thing. Gang activities. You do you.
Anyway, I'll be going down since this cigarette is not doing it for me. And Ambrose is about to go down. By the way, speaking of Stanford, he's been in his room a lot.
Isn't he just over there?
Oh yeah, he's just over
No, like
there,
from the
other side.
from the past like few. No, I'm gonna. Nah, I haven't noticed him.
Like in
that's
his
the thing.
room when you guys were in Alice's mansion.
Diba he stayed? And like he didn't go out for the weekend.
Yes, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Then
I only
he's
went
really
out to
loud.
buy the herbs for
Yeah.
my kit. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, yet again, who am I to judge? Maybe
I mean, he's our
cooking
medical.
something up for you.
I'm sure he can try, although, as far as I know, he's got his own medical facility or whatever in his little station, so he can make his own meds. That's probably what he was doing anyway.
Maybe he was masturbating. I say as a, like, I say that to myself. Anyway, I will leave you alone. I say as I go downstairs. As I'm about to go downstairs, do I see Lee?
You mean Stanford? Who's
You
leaving?
mean
I mean
Stanford?
Stanford. My
Who's
bad.
Lee?
My bad.
Who's leaving?
My bad.
Yeah. He
My
looks like
bad.
I don't know. He looks weird as he's just there in the corner of the other part of the ship, and like you don't know what he's doing. And I don't think it's. What's your perception?
It's back.
What's your
My
passive
perception.
perception?
Wait, fuck, I have to check. Oh,
Passive.
where do you see
Odds are it's
perception?
14.
Odds are it's 13.
Oh,
Passive.
oh, passive. It's just 11.
Yeah, no. You're looking over there, and I don't know. He just looks weird that he's in that corner, and he's just like, maybe he's just enjoying the view.
Looking at
He's got
looking
his,
at the clouds.
open.
He looks like he's enjoying the view, but like he looks kind of like he's opening his chest, and you don't understand why.
I take one more. I take one last puff, right, of anything that I can get, and then I'm like, masturbating. I say, and then I just go down.
Contemplate. Maybe he may be one of those perverts that like.
Yeah, maybe
it when the public-
he's into it when like he's
Maybe he
like
likes flashing
voyeurism.
people.
That's
Oh my
just-
god.
Maybe he likes voyeurism and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's an exhibitionist.
He's an exhibitionist.
Okay. And as Ambrose goes down, particularly William, as you are at the very front, and for you, Kaylin, as you are below and driving, you see as there's another airship, larger, bigger than your airship, right in front of your airship, but just a good ways away.
Ugh.
I
Is my
guess
eyes
William,
deceiving me?
William walks over. It's
Oh.
just we've got a.
But
I guess he walks over to wherever Kaylin is, the cockpit, I suppose.
Mm.
And then as he opens the door, he's just like, "Hey, we got a ship out in front. Is that okay?"
That should be normal in these parts. It's just, it depends on what you're trying to do. You could hail them for them to stop. You could hail them. You're just here for peace. I don't know. You can do whatever you want.
I thought I was just like expecting my eye, but like it's just normal in here. But like it's quite intriguing that like we're kind of heading on the same place. Or
I
we're
see.
taking the same route.
I know they're
But, like,
heading the opposite direction. They're in front of you.
They came from like from
It
where
seems
we're
like
heading.
they
But
followed the mountain line. That's your assumption at least.
but at the same time, like it's not that usual for navigators to follow the mountain ridge.
Yes, because if they follow the mountain ridge, there's a lot of monsters that could just attach on.
Keep
Oh well.
We'll keep like a very good amount of distance. We'll never know. We can hail them, but like what time is it's just the sun has already risen. Like it's in the fucking morning. Who hails someone in the fucking morning?
No, if you think it's normal, then it's fine. Although, actually, now that I think about it, I have a question. Like, since we're basically ships in the sky, my day, ships in the sea, and sometimes there'd be some bandits, I suppose, that'd raid these ships. Pirates, they call them. Is there an equivalent for the sky?
There are
Yes.
bands. Like they don't really see
not much.
too much activity here. You know how Lady Alice, wants to have like a very safe routes with her airships. Doesn't want any bandits going around and like
I see. Well,
threatening jurisdiction.
alright then. Well, good to know, and, well, I mean, if ever we're in that kind of territory, feel free to mention it, and at the very least, we'll have some lookouts. Good to know we're
Yeah,
safe.
we'll do.
You can
We're safe
change
for
the
now.
color of your lights to yellow, to just signal nothing, just passing by.
As
Do you do that?
I do that as a precaution because we don't have any identification of the ship yet.
Yep.
As I am doing that, I'm gonna do a perception. See what markings does it have while that far? Like are there any discernible features? Notable like uh points in the airship itself? Like does it have a sail? Does it have like
Mm.
general
Particularly in the
perception?
sail. No, I think it's big enough now because it's a lot closer now. With your spyglass, you're able to take out your spyglass and look towards in that direction. You see the top part of like the sail itself has a giant beholder. Imprinted
Like-
onto the sail.
Hmm. I recall. I would. Okay. Now I need to recall what type of like
Oh no, you do. You
ship.
know, it is Xanathar.
Oh. Okay. So with that in mind, I'll just like do my own thing because Xanatar is a neutral party. You don't usually cross. You know, paths and like whatnot. We do our own business.
Are you still there, William?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
sure.
As it gets a lot closer, you see the beholder on the very front there, as it just wavers in the wind.
He looks up. That motherfucker. That's a smuggling ship. Probably, anyway. I'm not sure.
Still never sure. Xanatar holds a lot of like businesses, and that might be aligned with one of his, you know,
Legal enterprises.
businesses.
I highly.
Yeah, like I mean, if you're running a amount, you know, a lot of products, you need, you know, to have like very good ways to turn it legal. You know what
Yeah,
I mean.
smuggling.
As you're looking at the ship, it gets more closer by the second. At the very front, the yellow light also opens as it just passes by.
Anyway,
Uh,
I'd rather not talk to
would-
him
uh,
again.
Within this close, do I see any more detailed finishing of the ship? Like, are there people on the
At the very
bow
top?
of the ship? Yep, on the very top. Like, what do they have?
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Rolling. I got 13 plus 3, 16.
16? That's enough. You see dead-eyed people. Like, you see they're expressionless and faceless as they just stare straight ahead.
Weird. But okay. Then like Kayla just ignores it for a moment and looks back towards the front of the ship. Because of like that slight aversion to looking in front, you know, which is like a no because like you're driving. So he averts back his attention to the front and, you know, make sure that like we're not heading on a mountainside
Yeah.
to crash.
No.
Okay.
You're
Just-
not that close, but you can see the mountain.
And I make adjustments so like I'm just like skirting through the side of the mountain and not heading towards it.
Caitlin, actually, I wanted to ask, do you want to head straight for the opening, that giant canyon opening, or do you want to go above the mountains?
I go above the mountains. I will prepare the necessary adjustments for the ship.
All right.
Is there like an intercom or like something like an announcement thing?
No, there is no intercom, but there should be a radio. I don't know if it connects to everybody there though. No, it should. No one else has a radio.
Okay, but like he just makes the adjustments to go up in altitude, and like it kind of makes us like weird like turbulence because like it fights against like the wind currents and like it's moving up.
Yep. The biggest thing as well that all of you feel, do you alert everyone or try to alert everyone at least? Because they are in, I think everybody is in the kitchen, hopefully, in the mess hall. Is everybody in the mess hall? No.
I'm
would
technically
still
with
be in the
you,
room.
so
I'm
You're,
getting breakfast. I think I would be at the hall.
yeah. You, Steven.
Well, you will just see Steven somewhere where there's no one. I don't know where that would be, but I guess Steven just wanted to be alone. So wherever that would be.
I think Alora would still be in the room.
In the room. Okay. For everybody in the mess hall, you all hear as Kaylin alerts you all of the sudden turbulence
Ah.
as you feel and the ship shake. Stanford, are you still up top?
No, I went down back to the room
Okay.
and put on my gear.
This is your captain speaking. We'll be moving up above few more feet on top of the canyons. You'll be expecting slight turbulence. Yeah, turbulence. Yeah.
And also a brief moment where you can't breathe. So as it goes, you all feel as the ship goes upwards and shakes. Kaylin, can you please make a dexterity check for me?
Oh god, here we go.
Plus 3, that's 15.
did you
For
say
dexterity. 15. 1 5.
15?
15.
You just pass as you see you're about to hit the very tip of the mountain because you weren't able to see it properly with the clearance here, but you're able to make the ship rise and miss it by just a hair. But for everybody, it is a very unpleasant experience as your ears clog and you feel as though your breath is running away.
Take that, Barrett. Best pilot ever.
I need to stop smoking.
As you go down again, it lightens.
Everyone alright?
What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I'm good. What the hell?
Yeah, you can't make, a very trip towards somewhere without, having like some slight mishaps here and there. It makes the journey fun, though.
I'm pretty sure I heard the ship scrape along the top of the mountain.
Nah, that's like, it's your imagination. Like, it's probably like the boxes on the back of the ship.
Well, I fucking hope so. If we were stuck there in a place where we could barely breathe.
It will be fine.
Ambrose barges in. Did you learn how to drive a ship just yesterday?
I mean,
As a
that
matter
was a
of fact,
very,
it was
very
like-
powerful maneuver, but yeah, very hard to do.
I mean, not yesterday, power. Let's look like. He just started counting by his fingers.
You scraped the
Forgot.
tip of the mountain, you fucking idiot.
Scrape. I call it like near miss. Has he gestures like a chef's kiss?
If it scrapes, Kaylin,
Barrett,
it doesn't miss. It's not a miss.
Barrett can like do like most of the things that I'm doing, right? Like
You know
he's
what?
he's out there.
You know what? Let's just think that he didn't crash.
I mean, at least we didn't let, become a painting on like the side of the mountain, right? Huh? Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm
I
starting
don't
to
know.
realize
Maybe
why that
Kalen
ship
would
was so
do
low.
better.
I mean, at least we're alive and well, but like, and I'm feeling hungry. Like, if you could whip something up, that would be nice. And if not, like, fuck you.
No. And then I just
Ah.
close the door.
You know what? I'll get you some food. And then he heads out.
Is anybody topside, or no one? Is anybody?
You know what?
Topside?
You know what? Steven should be on top side since he wanted to be alone for a moment.
As you did, Steven, because you needed to breathe, because that very moment was like,
Yeah. I can't tell if this is me or I lack sleep. Steven says to himself.
You're still at the very edge of this place, Steven. But the first thing you see as you open the door are these dark spires in the distance. Large, dark spires. The land looks scorched, like it's been dead for over a century now. You see the distance, and it looks terrifying. The clouds run real low, and the dark smoke all emitted upon it. You're the first to see this, but you're still at the ridgeline, not in Avervash itself yet.
I look towards the horizon and just stare for maybe 10 to 20 seconds. I think we're approaching near now. I'll alert everyone else. He goes down and tells everyone, I think we're near. Is anyone else in the cockpit?
Yep.
It's just Kalen, I think.
You just see Kalen as he's driving the ship, and you see this sight now, Kalen, as you rearrange the ship.
Ooh, isn't this a pretty sight? Whoa, Lee.
You call this a pretty sight?
And then, like, I look towards the side and I see Steven, like, hey, Tin Can. Okay? Town leader, labor there. Right?
No thanks to you. I feel a bit lightheaded.
Well, it's one of, like, tiniest inconvenience when riding an airship. Air sickness. Probably altitude. Like, most air sickness. Yeah. Air sickness. But, anyway, like, yeah, it's a pretty sight because, like, it's not always that you see a new area. And, at least we're heading on the right track, right?
Steven stares at Kalen for a moment, and then he looks towards the horizon. He says nothing else.
Okay. Do you stay there
As-
in the cockpit, though?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
As that was happening,
You come back, William, with the food.
Oh. Good morning. He looks at you, Steven, and is like, good morning.
Oh. Steven looks back towards William, just does a slight nod, and looks back towards the horizon.
And then he puts the food down, and I assume it's like a bunch of like more simple sandwiches and shit like that.
Yeah. There's toast. Um, there seems to be eggs. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, sub city, huh? As he looks at the site.
Well, that's why I said the tin can, but like, I think he doesn't really believe that like it's a very good sight to see. Like, you know, we're heading towards the right direction. As he gestures to Steven.
Well, he seems tired, so maybe a bit less reactive today. Although, we'll say though, it looks fucking. That looks horrifying. Do we even know where to start?
You don't even see the city. You just see these dark spires and these shadowed lands. We haven't even entered.
I mean, according to the charts, we're kind of like following like a very common route towards the city. Well, in my case, like
No, yeah,
I think
common.
I got the scenic route.
Common. The last.
But was the age of like
1,000 years ago.
Damn.
He looks at the map. Yeah, no, he looks at the map and it's just like common. It's like the map is how old? Like does it?
Like I just got it from like
You see,
know,
it's
the
a
navigator's
common
room.
traveling merchant route.
The paper is like all. It's old.
It's
Is it?
very old. Like, it looks like it's been restored a couple times onto another piece of paper.
Oh my god. Well, I mean,
I mean, we're not
looking at the
hitting
thing,
any landmass yet, so it's good. It's safe for now.
I hope so. He looks at the map and it looks at the route. Where are landing spots, according to it? I mean,
There's no landing spots.
oh,
I mean, you could only pinpoint. You see 10 different cities or 10 different places here in what they call Avervash. There's Ustaval, which is the one at your very front. There's Mornkai, Shaukal, Drekath, Veilstrach, Sorkach,
okay.
Saich, Umbrach, Glothwach, and Rathflach. Language that you don't know.
How many times have you visited this, Kalen? He asks.
I mean, I've gone to the outskirts. Or like,
Or George, you're kinda away?
so I kind of visit the outskirts like twice, but like never like in the proper of the Evermesh itself. You know, it's no one really takes jobs in Evermesh.
So you're saying
Till
this is
now.
the first time we are here.
I mean, there's a first for everyone. So like, yeah. It reminds me of the time that like I went to that like first drink on a bar. Ooh, yes sirree. It's also my first bar fight.
I think we're in for more than just a simple bar fight.
Well, anyhow, welcome to Evervash. And as you can see, where are we heading now? Because as far as I know, you said like we're heading to Evervash.
It takes a bit, about an hour's journey more, and you're closer to this very powerful smoke. This fog that seeps around in all the places of this city. Do you fly downwards or upwards?
There are like smoke columns on the city itself, right?
You can't even see the city.
My god. You know what? Steven goes up to the deck and tries to look around.
looking at the map, or well, looking at surroundings and what we can see, do we have any like outskirts? Outskirts, I suppose, like outskirt.
Yes. But trying to look at the map and looking at where you guys are, it seems like you guys are already in the outskirts.
Damn.
If I look towards the ground, is it, from the cockpit, like, can I discern anything, or is it like covered still in thick cloud?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
As you're doing that,
Roll 2
William
dice, get
asks
the lowest.
for your spyglass. Actually, yeah, do I? No, I don't have one. And he's just going to look for areas. I don't know. Actually, no, this
Perception.
place extends back for a while. So.
I got a 12. That is with disadvantage now.
Mm-hmm. 12
I
with
got a 12.
disadvantage?
Yep.
No, you can't see
Yep.
anything.
No, I'm just gonna be the spotter. I'm gonna just look around for borrowing his spyglass, I guess.
I mean, you could try your luck. Like, it's really, really like limiting.
Well, we'll see. And yeah, he's just gonna use the spyglass, look for a place to land close to the city. Or out. We're looking at the mountain range or walls or spires.
You're looking no, you're just looking at giant spires.
Huh. Are they? So they're independent? They're
Yeah, no, they look like giant towers, but you don't know what they are.
Actually, okay. I want to look at the tower real quick. Do I see anything on it? Just like looking up and down.
Use the
Yes,
use
spyglass.
the spyglass.
Yep.
As you look closer towards the tower, one of the towers, the largest tower at the very least, it looks like it's been decorated in people. You see as all of them are climbing towards the very top, all turning into the stone.
They're petrifying?
Yeah. They're petrified. All of them stacked upon each other, going upwards.
Those spires aren't originally from here. That's... Well, actually, wait. Looking at the map, do the spires exist?
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay. No, they are. What the hell? Okay.
As that was happening, I'm concentrating on I'm following the route of, the map. There might be like some turbulence because of like, I cannot really determine like how high we are from the ground. So I keep like switching like altitudes.
Mm-hmm.
No altimeter. Anyway, huh.
For everybody else, what are you guys doing?
Stanford would have met up with them at this point after gathering his stuff up. I was just gonna stand at the corner or something.
You haven't seen the outside.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I was on top of the deck if I recall.
Yes. As you're looking below, you can't see anything but the spires. The spires are still very far away.
Do I just see smoke everywhere?
It's not smoke, it's more of a fog.
A fog. You know what? I grab whatever, because of course it's an airship, and I grab like let's say some dirt around. I crumple them together, and I throw it as far as I can, just to see if there's any reaction, maybe explosions, traps, or anything, just in case.
Far as you can. Okay. Roll a strength check for me, and roll a d100 after that.
Okay. Strength check is 17. But D100 30. Well, 30.
30.
Yeah, 30.
As you throw it, it goes into the abyss, falling down, crumpled. It parts the fog just a bit from where you are, but still, to no avail, you can't see anything.
I cross my arms and I just continue to stand there just for a while, waiting to see what happens.
But as you look down, you hear.
I look left and right. And I look to
What
downstairs.
is your passive perception?
Let me check. 12.
12? No, you don't see them.
But I
Yeah,
heard
can-
something, right?
You heard something. For all of you,
Will I be
also
look-
hear that very fast blurs.
What the fuck?
You
Hear that?
saw that, right?
Heard. Is there something? Wait, it went past us or under us?
It seemed
Do we
to
know that?
run past you, but from the smoke and the fog, they used it to their advantage, it seems. Do you try to look to the side, Steven?
Yeah, I do actually.
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. 14.
14?
Yeah.
You still can't see them.
Fuck. Okay.
I'm gonna go check that out. That was weird.
As that, yeah, you sure do that. I'm gonna raise the ship up.
Set everybody to get everybody up. We may have somebody attached to us.
All right. Everyone, this is your captain speaking. We're gonna go up in altitude. We're gonna go up in feet. Please brace yourselves, and I hope that like you already finished eating. You know, you didn't eat breakfast, or like you're gonna withhold your stomach for now. As he starts going up,
From behind you, Steven, you hear a step taken.
I quickly turn. Who goes there?
Actually, there is about 8 individuals, all standing in a unison line.
I slowly put my hand towards my sword, seeing what their reactions would be.
There is no reaction. They just look towards you. They're all wearing very ornate masks all over their face. You can only see their eyes.
Okay. Stepping out of the cockpit.
Oh, you're
I see
behind them.
this, right? Oh.
You're behind them.
Yeah.
And you see as one of them looks towards you immediately.
What the fuck? Okay. Examining him. What is the mask? Does it feel familiar?
No.
Okay.
You've never seen these designs on these masks. They look towards you, Stephen, ignoring you, William. You have not trespassed yet into our domain.
Your domain.
Yes. our master's domain. We are the sect of the Uras Uxvailand. In your tongue, a witch coven.
Witches.
We are
Have you come here to hurt us?
of this land. We have simply come to... What is it in your tongue? Parley.
Steven turns his head out of confusion. Parley for what?
Simply to tell you that once you land your ship underneath the fog, you may never return.
Insight check.
Okay, make an insight check.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. They seem very forthright.
Steven slowly puts his hand out of the sword to indicate to them that he will not harm them or attack them.
You
Father.
die here. All of
I-
you will die here. And we are warning you. Not out of concern. But out of respect. Our master knows about you. You have fought my masters. One of them, at least.
Steven's eyes suddenly widen. One of your masters?
He lives. He tells us that he had fought you and your father and your friend. He lives. And if you stay here, what horrors will come to you? Consider it an act of mercy.
Father, did you hear all of this?
They're still there, right?
Yes. One of them is looking at you intently. You can see the eyes strained and bloodshot.
Warning acknowledged. We can.
Ooh. She looks towards you. As you see now, all of them in their figures, they are all women. From underneath their robes, they bring out these ornately designed broomsticks. And within a flash, leave. In different directions. You see them as they soar across the sky for a moment and back into the smoke.
I go downstairs and I immediately walk towards Kalen. Is Kalen in the cockpit?
Yes.
We must land our ships. The enemy is here, and they know that we are here.
Whoa, 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 what's with the rush tin can? going down.
I put both of my hands on his shoulder. There are witches. They've landed on your ship and I couldn't see any of them. Land your ship now.
What? No, no, so William comes in and is just like, what are you talking about? They said
They moved
don't-
fast, father.
They said don't go beneath the fog. We have a moment to think. Get everybody set, and we need to have a meeting.
Fine.
He then walks over to the map. There were 8 people on the ship. How many cities are there? 10, right? Or 8? In, Oh, Aiden? Are you there? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was muted. You're only in one. There are 10.
So, did all of them, when they got on, go downwards? Or was it more like a...
No, they all
Nice.
went downwards. They said they were a sect.
I wrote something.
Of their order.
Okay. Yeah. He looks at Steven and said, go get everybody set. I still need to... He looks down. I still need to get into my armor.
Steven nods to that. He shouts, everyone, get ready.
They're downstairs.
Ready yourselves. Huh?
They're downstairs.
Yeah, I go down. I go towards them, yeah.
All right. As you go towards them, Kalen, do you head down towards the fog?
As far as I know, like I'm trying to keep it up, but like I think there's some kind of force like I can't go up to a certain point.
I
Mhm.
told you don't. I told you don't go below. Or at lea-
And
yeah,
like I just maintain the altitude.
it was more so like whatever you do, don't go below. Not until we have everybody.
I call towards everyone. I try to, whatever they're doing, I just shout, everyone, get ready. We have enemies, and we need to be together now. Arm yourselves.
Rally to the liege lord. Anyway,
Does everybody follow that?
Is that
Yes, sir.
happening?
It's time for this.
Ambrose gets her staff and heads up.
Shout out like
You see as
I did like a shout on the intercom, like calling for Barrett to come into the cockpit.
You'll see as this Barrett gets to the cockpit. He's holding what seems to be a shotgun. As he puts it on his back, and he looks towards each and every one of you. I will man the ship. Call Kalen if you ever have need of me. All right.
Alright.
You see, as he
Just
gives you
that-
one of the sending stones, Miss Alice, I gave. This should be enough for you to contact me.
And Kaylin just grasp it. I think it will.
You see, as he looks forward. Will you leave the boy? He looks towards William.
yes,
He's a bit more serious now.
we'll leave him with you.
I actually was trying to look for Kane while I was calling everyone.
You can't find him.
What the fuck? Kane?
You look around your room. There's no response.
William looks at Barrett and he says, we'll leave him with you. I haven't seen him though. Did you grab him?
I'll guard him with my life as long as he stays here.
Alright. you know where he is, or
I walk upstairs now.
You walk upstairs.
Yeah.
As you look around upstairs at the very, very doorway, you see as there's Kane. He looks like he's entering what seems to be Kaylin's room.
Kane, where were you? I was looking for you.
I was only looking at this room. It looked really nice. There's contraptions and everything.
Okay, that's good and all, but we're in a predicament. Come with us.
Okay. I'm coming, Steven. You see as Kane walks towards you.
I hold his hand and I bring him towards the cockpit with the others.
And as you bring him towards the cockpit with the others, you see as he stays there. And you see as Barrett's ready.
William looks over to Barrett and it's like,
Kid, do not leave. Stay here with me, and we'll be all right. You see as Kane nods. Are you going? He looks towards each and every one of you.
I kneel towards Kane. We'll be alright. We'll just need to check a few things. Stay here. You'll be safe.
He nods. Okay. Stay safe. All of you. He looks towards each and every one of you. From Alora to Ambrose to Stanford to Stephen to William and to Kaylin.
I embrace Kane and I say, always, kid. Always.
alright, to get everybody up to speed, we just had around about 8 intruders. From what I could tell, they were all witches. They they all went down beneath the fog with broomsticks. They said they were some kind of sect, order of Ulan something. I didn't catch it. Too complicated. Some kind of coven of witches. They were warning us we hadn't trespassed into their master's terrain, domain. And, well, it was more so out of, as they said, respect rather than any other matter. They know that we killed the guy underground in the sewers back in the city. However,
They said it's one of their masters, apparently. As Steven says that while he's loading his gun already.
However, he somehow returned, and he did as he promised. He's alive
Are you
again,
saying-
and it's very likely we'll have to fight him another time.
So you're saying the bitch we killed all the way down there is alive?
Unfortunately, yes. As of right now, I'm not entirely sure what's even below us underneath the fog. And worst of all, I'm not entirely sure if we can even see down there. So,
Well, this was your loose end.
yeah. So, at the very least, I would say if we dip below the fog, odds are we'll find ourselves attacked, or if not, left alone for a little while to scavenge until we find ourselves happening upon some kind of important area or something. I'm not entirely sure. So, I think we're going to have to go down below.
I mean, that's good and all, but you have a target. Hit. As much as I.
Your
Medyo
your
muffled,
mic
George.
is fucked, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. So, it's like, I want to also tie up loose ends. We have somehow a charge here on the ship. Child, to be precise. And I hate to admit it, but cannot let Squirt be in any danger, or it would be,
We're
break up
not.
group dynamic.
You see as Barrett's looking. I can bring him back. To Miss Alice. I mean, we still have the sail barge, Kalen. You can travel from here, and use it below. But that would mean you'd all have to survive 3 days. Until I get back.
Well, looking at it right now, as they said, that we're fighting a group here, right? We're not just fighting a ragtag cult or something. This is an organized thing.
This is the same scenario. Odds are these witches, this sect or order, whatever they call themselves, are going to attack us the moment we go below. So, I think, at least,
We'll survive for 3 days.
I think it would be best if you hovered at least out of the out of the range of the fog at the very least. Wait,
We
when
need an
went
escape
above-
route just in case things
See-
go
you
south
see
as well.
As Barrett goes towards here, and from the middle, near the core, he unlatches a big thing that's been there, and it's a sail barge. A medium-sized sail barge. It's sticking out from the floor. You can all go on top of it. It will float downwards.
That works. All right.
I can assure you the safety of the child as I will bring him back to civilized lands.
That works for us.
But again, 3 days.
Contemplating that for a little bit.
As much as I want the kid's safety, Barrett's got a point. 3 days. And you're saying that they just entered without a trace? And just disappeared without a trace?
Ambrose has a point. Unlike slow-moving undead creatures, the Dark Lord now has these witches that I can't even see until they reveal themselves to me.
I'm gonna look at William. I think we all do care for the child, but you gotta think this one out.
I think the 3-day deadline is a good deadline. At the very least, it puts both the main barge itself out of harm's way. I mean, remembering, this barge doesn't have weapons, does it? I mean, it's not some
It
kind of
does.
combat.
It does. It has 2 main cannons at the start, the very front, and then there's 2 other cannons on each side, and then there's 1 cannon at the back. But I don't think that's enough.
You'd be right. Okay.
We would run out of fuel. It would fly and crash.
I think going down and surviving for 3 days is actually a good idea. At the very least, it gives us some time to look for whatever, for things that we'd probably want to bring back.
Well, I guess like the deadline is tight. That like, but 3 days for tying up a loose end.
It's the best we
mean-
got. I mean, here's the thing. If we leave this barge up here and we want to call it in for an escape, it's better not to have it hanging above the clouds where they can just intercept it. At the very least, they don't know that we're coming back in 3 days. Or it's coming back in 3 days.
All right. I think everyone has the same idea. We're gonna go down and low there, survive for 3 days, then meet up again on this very same airship.
Yep,
At
at
this
least
exact
makes sense to me.
spot.
Works
All
for
right.
me at
I'm gonna
least.
go prepare. Gonna go back to my quarters.
He
Secure
looks
at least some of it.
I
just
guess we'll be seeing you in 3 days, Barry.
take the kid back, and at the very least, they won't be expecting your return.
You see, as Barrett looks towards each and every one of you. Are you all sure about this? You could die. Worse. Many other things. You see, there's a genuine concern in his voice.
Well, we're dead either way. Come back empty-handed. Well, who knows what Miss Alice will do to us?
I don't think we have a choice.
Maybe you can convince Miss Alice.
Stanford turns to William.
All that was happening, Kaylin would just like proceed to like head up to his quarters to prepare.
You. He looks towards Laura, this Warforged. You telling me you are prepared to die?
Alora just shrugs at him.
All right then.
As much as I'm sure most of us wouldn't want to go, the thing is they already know of you.
I think
And who's to say they'd actually keep their word about not attacking us?
We're just here to collect some things and get out.
that is true.
True, but it is easier said than done.
He looks at everybody else and just gives them a once over. This is going to be dangerous, everybody. Get as much supplies as you need. Make your peace. And we'll meet back here in about 30 minutes. We're going down. Does anybody have objections to the course of action?
None.
So no one's coming with me and the kid.
No,
All going.
not me at least.
William turns to Bear and it's just like, I think we'll be fine. Stay safe.
You know,
Oh, and you mind if I get that cane from you? Just in case.
he gives it to you. He goes towards you, William. Don't let this kid feel that he's lost another family. He puts his shotgun in his back. And then he starts to man it as he taps you, Kalen. I'll do it.
All right.
William walks over to Kane. He takes out the box of .22 actually, because he never gave it to him, and walks over, kneels down, says like, Kane, hand me, please give me your weapon.
Towards you. He hands you the Derringer.
one last lesson before we go down. He takes out 4 rounds from the box and says to him, This is how you reload your weapon, just in case you ever run out. You flick this switch, and then you flick it down, he opens it, and then you take each individual cartridge, and then you place it into these holes. He flicks out the old bullets, because they'd still be in there actually, and puts in all 4 new ones. When you're done putting them all in, flick it back up, he closes it, and then you're ready to fire. And
He
always be sure,
listens attentively.
and always be sure to have spares with you at all times.
I will. I will. He hugs you.
Remember, defend yourselves, defend the people around you, defend those whom you love. Take care of those people that you always cherish. We'll be back.
Looks up at you. Yes. I will.
We'll all be back. Count on it. 3 days.
He looks towards you, Steven. You promise?
Steven smiles before he puts on his helmet. Promise. And also, Kane, to keep you busy, I have a gift for you. I don't tell him the gift, but basically it's just a bunch of my study books about my religion and the history of Cana. At least my journals.
Okay. He takes it. I'll take good care of it.
I pat his head.
Everybody is now back.
Let's death flag the fuck out of ourselves.
Everybody is now back. Is everybody ready?
Let's
Hell fucking yes.
go.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
fucking
Wait,
yes.
wait. Okay. As I look to each and every one of them. William, right?
Yeah.
William. Did you give the weapon that I gave you? And that way back on. Yeah,
Oh. Ship. I left it on her bed. I don't know if she ever picked it up.
What?
Almost.
Yeah, because like
Alora, well, now that I think about it, I probably put it in your bag.
Open your bag.
As you
As you
take it
open
out.
your bag, you're able to see a very nicely designed revolver. It has a blade at the very end.
He gave you, he looks at Alora, William looks at Alora and said, he gave you a weapon upgrade.
He looks at Kaylin. Thanks.
well, like
Would Laura know how to shoot the revolver though?
It's like shooting a crossbow. It's gonna be easy in no time.
Alright.
Do you have a firearms proficiency?
No. There's gonna be a minus when you're shooting, but it is better.
well,
The revolver does 2d8.
you're at least
2d8 damage. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
well, you're the way to see it, like way back on the sewers, you were kind of struggling with only swords and daggers and a crossbow. So having another weapon would be nice, and probably like
you could just like stab and shoot using what you just one arm. In your other arm with like something else. And it's a prototype anyway, so like, yeah, it still functions as the way it should, but like compared to what my master did, like it's just like prototype in and of itself.
What kind of
Alright.
bullets does it take?
I think it takes like
Like 44?
I don't think it's 44. I think it's a much more lower,
Oh, God,
smaller cartridge.
38 special. Okay. Well, yeah. It's great, I think. Looks nice, too. I think you'll be able to come up with some really clever ways to fight with that thing. I mean, imagine stabbing somebody and then pulling the trigger. It'd be
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
that's how like cleaning clothes would be like, it's point blank.
I mean, bottom line,
But,
at least if you can't hit them from range, you can put up the barrel right up next to them and kill them that way.
Words never been spoken. Do you have anything else? Gret?
I think we're all good.
Alright. Barrett looks towards each and every one of you. Good luck.
You mind taking all the 10 like extra potions that we have? I don't know.
See as he just looks. Good luck, dear flashbacks.
See you in 3 days, Garrett. Barrett.
Stay safe, robot.
He nods.
Me.
With my life. And he pulls the lever as this apparatus from in the middle of the ship goes down as you guys are all standing on it, and it transforms into a small barge with a wheel at the very back as you man it, Kalen.
Step towards a smaller barge and like look towards Barrett before, well, everyone was like going on to the smaller barge. Fair winds and fair travels, Barrett.
Fair winds and fair travels to you too. And as it goes down slowly, it cannot hold its weight this far up, but it can glide down. And it glides down.
Alright.
Into the smoke. As you are all engulfed in it. And underneath you find darkened lands. And what seems to be a very, very large village. Broken down. In ruin. All sprawled across this land. And in the far, far distance, a fortress, a large fortress, connected to 3 spires. I'll give you guys a choice at this very moment. Do you guys want to continue?
I'm okay.
What is everyone's
good.
consensus about this? Because it's
Remember, because
11,
nowadays
22.
we'll only get this shit once a week because me and Lawrence both have finals. That's also another thing.
Oh.
You guys can save it. I mean, it's kind of nice to savor it. You know?
Yeah, I
It
know.
is true. That is fine. I don't mind that. Like we could just do this next week.
That would be true. You want to go?
But what's everyone's consensus then, naman? Because like I'm okay with
For the people that didn't
continuing
get
it.
to do much role play, I mean, kayo bahala.
Yeah. It's up to
That
you
will
guys.
do much what?
Do you guys still want to continue, or do you guys want to stop?
I mean, I'm okay as well with like continuing, but like if the two have finals, and
No, no,
got
no.
to
As in, like,
go.
that was more so just
No,
because.
he's just saying,
we're
we
free.
can't do it on a weekday. That's
Yeah,
basically
no
what
weekdays.
the-
It's
Ah,
only
Yeah,
weekends.
okay.
like no more. At
Mm.
least for like 2 weeks from now, right? Like emergency call. Hey guys, we're doing on a weekday. We're gonna have like dedicated Saturdays.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
okay.
I'm okay with that. I have school na rin, ano,
Damn.
this Wednesday.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You guys want to continue? Do you
So
guys now
we
want to
stopping?
continue?
Or
Like yeah.
Going?
I'm down to continue.
I'm down to continue.
I guess I'm okay.
Lee,
Yeah, I'm
Lee,
done to
Alor?
continue as well.
My brother is
Uh,
not here even. He's in a sleepover, so I can be as loud as I want.
Hey.
Yeah,
Yeah, Alora, it's up to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can still play.
Yun.
You want to continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen, to hell it is. We shall all die.
To hell and back.
All right.
I'll dive
I
in.
like the roleplay heavy thing for this session.
Really good so far. Really good so far, guys.
Dude, campaign 2 can be really serious and really wholesome too. Anyway,
Campaign 1 stories are very intricate and hard to get to. Particularly for JC, Eli, Dita, and Iolantha. Neo's story just unravels with the party.
fair.
It's really hard to get to. That was like one of the first times, like their last session. This campaign I actually really like. I really like campaign 2 as well.
We're his favorite.
Bading.
Kinilig bigla si Loris, ikaw kayo
I'm
pati.
gonna get some water. I need to go.
Yeah, let's say you guys want to take a little break, like 5
Yeah, we
minutes.
can
Take a pause. Take a pause. Actually,
Yeah,
on the
pause.
recording
Just take a-
gaming.
take a
Pause,
pause.
pause the recording.
True. Okay. Okay. I'll end it here for a little bit.